What's up, guys? It's Will here, back again, and I'm here to discuss some very exciting news because we got a prototype update from the master painter from Hot Toys himself, JC Hong. Guys, if you're not following JC Hong on Instagram, I would highly recommend it. He shares a lot of prototypes, a lot of updates, very, very important stuff, very, very exciting. I'm going to relay some of that messages and interpretation here today. That said, we're looking at the sculpted Hot Toys DX Joker figure from the Dark Knight Heath Ledger's version, his iteration. You can see here, this is a sculpted version prototype with the paint apps by JC Hong, the master himself. It is incredible. However, if you're new to Hot Toys, you can generally see a decline from prototype to final because it is mass produced. It is not painted by JC Hong, the master himself, for every single one. He paints the prototype, it goes off to a factory, they try to recreate it and so forth, and there's usually a decline, not always. Generally, an acceptable decline might be anywhere from 5 to 10% in terms of overall quality. Sometimes you get more than that. Sometimes you get 15%, 20%, maybe even more, like Tony Stank. Then they do a recall. Just kind of depends on what you're working with and how the figure goes in production. But guys, this looks incredible. This is an incredible prototype. I think JC Hong has really done an amazing job here, and the Hot Toys team have done an awesome job recreating this Heath Ledger Joker. This is really, really good. And the reason I like bringing this up is because it's any consolation. If you really, really want that artisan-rooted Joker and you end up not being able to get it, damn, you got a pretty good consolation prize here. This sculpted Joker is pretty damn exceptional. It's really, really good. And we'll talk about the InArt one in a sec. But this one is really, really good. The hair looks pretty natural. I mean, of course, it's going to look sculpted to a degree. So rooted always going to be better for Heath Ledger, specifically Joker. I think with his hairstyle, it just suits rooted better. Some figures rooted doesn't always look better, but this one, I think it is better. But sculpted, yeah, I mean, this looks really, really good, guys. I mean, I can't deny this prototype is really great. I hope the final comes out this good. I'm hoping and expecting that it will. I said generally expected to climb between 5 and 10%. That's what I would say. But damn, this looks really, really good. And this is currently not up for pre-order in the States yet. So for those US collectors, you have a decision to make. However, I will feel that it will be put up for PO soon, but we're going to talk a little bit about the specifics in a sec, because it is actually up for PO on 1/6 kit. So you got a $49 NRD, not that expensive, right? But $399, that includes shipping. You're not charged tax. It's a Hong Kong reseller. Kit is very reliable. You're not charged tax with him. That said, this will be up for PO at Comic Concepts, Sideshow, other places you can get it from. So there will be other places that you can find this Joker. But for now, if you want to secure your PO, that is an option. But to me, I would wait a little bit. I don't think it needs to be done like right this second. But the reason I bring this up is because for all the people who maybe say you can't compare Hot Toys and InArt, well, I think you can now, because look at the prices, right? Look at the prices. Spec Fiction has the standard sculpted InArt Joker for $399 plus shipping. He has one left. All things considered, he has one in stock. So you're not going to be able to make this decision for long. However, you probably will be able to find this guy, I'm hoping, somewhere. Maybe he sells out. I don't know. But these are decisions collectors are going to have to make. Do I want to wait for the Hot Toys version for pretty much the exact same price as the InArt version? Well, you got to consider a lot of different factors here, right? I mean, Hot Toys doesn't have the magnetic hands like InArt does, doesn't have the magnetic base, albeit, again, I said in my review, I didn't really love the magnetic base. I don't think it really works that well, personally. I don't think the magnetic hands are perfect. They hold fine, but not super great. So Hot Toys uses obviously a more traditional ball peg and joint, and InArt has a little more innovation on their end. But I think there's some minor issues to be worked out there, but nothing super figure breaking or anything like that. I think with InArt, you probably get a little bit better value. I guess the question would be the head sculpt, right? Because InArt, you're getting the die-cast weapons, you're getting, the tailoring that I think is a little bit superior to Hot Toys, although it's close. It's very close. Hot Toys head sculpt, with sculpted, it's really close, honestly. I really feel like it's a toss-up. I feel like InArt and Hot Toys, they're both really, really good for sculpted. I might even give it the slight edge and sculpted to Hot Toys as far as prototypes go. Prototype compared to prototype. But as far as rooted, I would give the edge to InArt personally. I think InArt has done the hair better. I think they've done the tailoring a little bit better. So it really just depends what you're looking for. But the accessories and the magnetic forearms, if you want to go that route, definitely a pretty cool thing. You get the grenades, stuff like that. So I think they're both good options. You really cannot go wrong. If I were in a situation where I was going to get the sculpted and I, had to make this tough decision, this would be really, really challenging. Like I would personally, I would go for the rooted. If I could get the rooted, that's what I would go for. But if I had to go for the sculpted, all things considered, man, it would just depend on how long I wanted to wait, I guess. If I was willing to wait for the Hot Toys, I'd probably get the Hot Toys. If I wanted a Heath Ledger like now, I would get the InArt. So it really just depends on your patience level. For me, I don't know, man. This is tough. Like in my situation, I would just always go for the InArt rooted because I just feel like the InArt rooted is better. But as far as sculpted, I think Hot Toys might have a better overall likeness on their hands. But I think with the hair pushes that InArt to the next level. That's just my first read of the situation. But yeah, I mean, guys, you put whatever trust into whatever company you feel is right. I mean, Hot Toys, I think, has done an amazing job here with this figure. I really, as far as the prototype goes, I think they got something pretty special here. So I'm really, really excited to see how this turns out for people. And again, this makes me feel happy because I've always preached that exclusivity thing, that it does need to be there for certain figures, not all figures, but certain figures. And I really love that you have the best consolation price ever should you not be able to acquire the rooted figure that you're seeking. If you're not able to acquire the rooted one, you have an amazing sculpted Joker here that you could easily pick up and be like, damn, this thing's fucking incredible. Or people are still selling the InArt Joker 2-pack. You could go buy the InArt Joker, and it's incredible if you really want rooted that bad. And the price difference is pretty much the same. For what you're paying for one Hot Toys, you're basically just paying double that for 2 InArts and a diorama jail cell base. So it's pretty much the same. So yeah, and you're getting die-cast weapons and magnets and stuff like that. So yeah, it just depends how much the magnets work for you. But I mean, generally, like I said, they work fine, just not great. Especially the base. I'm not thrilled with the base. But yeah, so guys, this looks really, really good. And again, for the conversations of maybe you can't really compare InArt and Hot Toys, I think you're gonna have to, because these are the decisions collectors are gonna have to make. These are the top 2 dogs as far as realism is concerned. Again, InArt doesn't have the body of work near that Hot Toys does, but yeah, you got some serious considerations for collectors here. So I think this is pretty cool. I mean, this InArt sculpted is still pretty phenomenal. It's pretty great. So you can't go wrong. But with Hot Toys, I mean, yeah, you're just going to have to wait. I mean, as far as Kit said, this is expected Q3 to Q4 of next year. And that's if it doesn't get delayed, right? So you got to make that decision. Do I want the InArt that I can get now for pretty much the same price? Or do I want to get the Hot Toys a year from now? Year and a half from now, maybe at best. So you're gonna have to make that decision. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting. I was looking up, actually, I was trying to see, because the prototypes always look pretty good generally, right? I found the quarter scale one. I think this was the final product that they showcased. I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't find JC Hong's original quarter scale Joker final prototype, because I remember the prototype looking really, really good too. This was the special edition head sculpt, because I had this figure at one point. This was the special edition head sculpt that came with the quarter scale Joker, where it was sort of half Heath Ledger, half Joker, and it was pretty cool. It was obviously not screen accurate, but it's pretty cool, right? I think this is really well done. That quarter scale Joker, it's okay. The likeness is solid to great, but my point of showcasing this is, what are we going to get in the final product, right? Is the final product going to come out pretty good? Because I think pretty good is probably not good enough. I mean, I think InArt is better than pretty good, the Joker. I think it's really good. So it needs to be, I think the Hot Toys needs to come out pretty close to this prototype for people to be happy and satisfied, especially if they waited for Hot Toys instead of choosing InArt, or vice versa, you know? So yeah, I mean, I think it's a competitive market, and I think it's really beneficial for all collectors. So I think this is great, guys. I really want to know what you're going to do in the comments below. Let me know, comment. Let me know whether you have the InArt. Are you happy with it? Are you satisfied? Are you planning on picking up the Hot Toys instead? I just think, man, I don't know. There's so many good options out there, and there's so many good things to buy right now, man. It's just a tough marketplace right now. It's a tough marketplace. These companies got to be really, really good to get your dollar, man, because there's more competition. And, you know, imagine if more companies enter 1/6. Like, what if Infinity Studios enters 1/6? What if J&D, they said they were going to, enters 1/6, right? Then you have more figures coming into play. Man, Hot Toys is stepping their game up, apparently. I think this is pretty cool. And we still don't know anything about the artisan pre-order, so we're going to see how that shakes out. But again, guys, if you really want that artisan Joker, be ready for the drop, be ready for the queue, whatever it may be. But if for whatever reason you don't get it, man, this Joker still looks really, really good, the sculpted one. So it looks like really natural hair. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you had to ask my advice, if I had to sum up my advice, I would say, look, if you're willing to wait, I'd say give the Hot Toys a go. If you're not willing to wait, then get the InArt, because the InArt's incredible. Because, man, I think this Hot Toys sculpt is pretty damn good. But again, everything JC Hong posts as far as prototypes, they all look pretty damn good in his lighting with his amazing paint apps. So maybe it's good to sometimes reserve expectations in that way, but I do think Hot Toys can generally deliver the quality that they're marketing here with this Joker. So yeah, I think it'll be pretty close. But yeah, I don't know, man. To me, I say go for the rooted. If you have the money, you have the budget, go for the rooted. If not, You can settle for the sculpted. It still looks amazing. Go for the InArt if you like the InArt more. Take a look at both head sculpts. They're both great. And then kind of make your determination from there. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Maybe I'll run another poll. Let me know what you want to, contribute, but would love to hear your comments about what you're going to do here. But I love that JC Hong's offering these updates, but just waiting for the drop of Anakin and Joker, right? Everyone's just waiting. We're just holding our breath like, oh my God, when is it? When is it? Just sit tight. It's going to happen. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. See you later. Bye. Bye.